Welcome to Simply Explained English. I am Lisa.
And I am Eric. If you improve your English easily, this podcast is perfect for you.
So, let's get started and make English learning easy. What are the words today, Eric?
The first word today is adamant. Then we will continue with dozy and to commit. Then to be into. And the final one is let the cat out of the bag.
Okay, let's start with the first word.
Our first word today is adamant.
Adamant.
Adamant. This is a strong and useful adjective in English. Adamant means being very determined and refusing to change your mind or opinion. Let me give an example sentence. Despite the rain, John was adamant about going for a run.
It means that John was very determined to go running. Even though it was raining, he wouldn't change his mind.
Good explanation. Now it's your turn, Lisa. Can you give us another example?
Sure. Here's another example. The teacher was adamant that all students must finish their homework on time. It means that the teacher was very strict and wouldn't change her mind about the rules. Students must complete their homework by the deadline.
Good example. Now, let's talk about how to use this word. Adamant is often followed by about or that. We can say adamant about something or adamant that something should happen.
Exactly. Now let's hear a short dialogue using the word adamant.
Sarah, it's time for bed.
But Mom, I want to watch one more TV show.
No, I'm adamant about your bedtime. It's important for your health.
Please, just 30 more minutes?
I'm sorry, but I'm adamant that you go to bed now. No exceptions.
Okay, I understand.
That was a great example, Eric. It shows how adamant is used to express a firm, unchangeable decision. So, Eric, is adamant a formal or informal word?
It's more formal than casual, but it can be used in both formal and informal situations.
That's good to know. Do you think it's a common word in English?
It's fairly common, especially when people want to emphasize how strongly they feel about something. Additionally, it's useful because it helps people express strong opinions or decisions clearly. It's stronger than just saying sure or decided.
That makes sense. Well, I think we've covered adamant pretty well. Shall we move on to our next word, Eric?
Yes, let's do that. Remember, listeners, using words like adamant can help you express strong feelings or decisions in English. Okay, the next word we're going to explain is dozy.
Dozy.
Dozy is an adjective that means feeling very sleepy. When someone is dozy, they feel like they could easily fall asleep. If you're dozy, you're not fully awake. You might feel slow or tired, like you need a nap. Now, let's look at our first example sentence. After the big lunch, I felt dozy and wanted to sleep for a while.
It means that after eating a lot of food, the person felt very sleepy and wanted to rest.
Exactly. Now, here's another example. The warm sun made the cat dozy, so it curled up and fell asleep. It means that the warm sun made the cat feel sleepy, so the cat decided to curl up and sleep.
Yes, like between being fully awake and asleep.
Exactly. Now, let's do a short dialogue to show how dozy can be used in a conversation.
Wow, that was a long walk. I feel so dozy now.
Yeah, me too. The fresh air always makes me feel dozy. Maybe we should take a short rest.
Good idea. I could really sleep right now.
Me too. Let's just sit here for a while and enjoy the sun.
In the dialogue, we heard dozy twice. Anna and Tom both felt sleepy after their long walk, and they used dozy to describe how they felt.
Yes, and this shows that dozy is usually used to talk about feeling sleepy in a relaxed or comfortable way, not when you're extremely tired or exhausted.
Eric, do you think dozy is a common word in English?
It's not the most common word, but it's definitely useful. It's a nice way to describe that when you feel lazy or sleepy, especially after eating or spending time in the sun.
I agree. And because it's informal, it's a good word to use with friends or in casual conversations. It's also easy to remember because it sounds a bit like doze, which means to sleep lightly.
That's a great point, Lisa. So remember, if you ever feel sleepy but not completely tired, you can say you're feeling dozy.
Great point, Eric. And now let's move on to our next word.
Sure, Lisa. The next word we're going to explain is to commit.
To commit.
To commit. To commit is a very important and common word in English. It has several meanings, but we're going to learn the two most important ones.
That's right, Eric. The first meaning of to commit is to make a firm decision to do something or to dedicate yourself to a task, person, or idea. For example, he decided to commit to studying every night.
It means that he made a strong decision to study every night and will not let anything stop him from doing so.
Here's another example. She committed to helping her every weekend. It means that she promised to help her community every weekend, and she will do it whatever happens.
Now, let's talk about the second meaning of to commit. It can also mean to do something wrong or illegal, like to commit a crime. For example, the man was arrested because he committed a robbery. It means that the man did something illegal. He robbed someone, and that's why he was arrested.
Another example is, she was nervous because she thought she might commit a mistake during the presentation. It means that she was worried she might do something wrong, like make a mistake during her presentation.
So you can see that to commit can be used in two very different ways. It's important to understand the meaning from the context. Also, remember that after commit, we often use to and then a verb with ing form like commit to studying or commit to helping.
As for the other meaning, to commit something, like to commit a crime or commit suicide.
That's a very good point, Lisa. Now, let's hear a short dialogue to show how commit can be used in a conversation.
Hey, Sarah, are you coming to the volunteer event this weekend?
Yes, I've committed to helping out on Saturday. I think it's really important.
That's great. I know when you commit to something, you always do it. By the way, have you heard any recent news? Someone committed a robbery nearby last night.
Oh no, that's terrible. I hope they catch whoever did it.
In the dialogue, we heard commit used in two different ways. First, Sarah committed to helping out at the volunteer event, meaning she promised to do it. Then, David mentioned that someone committed a robbery, meaning they did something illegal.
Yes, and this shows that commit can be a very versatile word, depending on how it's used, like dedicating yourself to something positive or doing something wrong.
Eric, do you think commit is a common word in English?
Yes, Lisa. As I said at the beginning, it's quite common, especially in both formal and informal settings. You'll hear it a lot when people talk about promises, responsibilities, or even crimes. It's a word that's useful to understand in many different contexts.
I agree. And that's why it's important to listen carefully to how it's used in a sentence.
Exactly. Understanding the context will help you understand which meaning is used.
That's it for the word to commit. We hope our listeners understand its meaning. Okay, let's move on to our next word, Eric.
Our next word is To be into.
To be into.
To be into.
It's a common informal expression in English. Isn't it, Eric?
That's right, Lisa. To be into means to like something very much, or to be very interested in it. Let me give an example sentence. John is really into playing guitar.
It means that John really likes playing guitar and spends a lot of time doing it.
Good explanation. Now it's your turn, Lisa. Can you give us another example?
Sure. Here's another example. My sister is into cooking healthy meals. It means that your sister really enjoys cooking healthy food and probably does it often.
That's right. Now, let's talk about how to use this phrase. We often use it with the verb to be, followed by a noun or ing form. We can say, I am into sports, or she is into reading books. Now, let's hear a short dialogue using the phrase to be into.
Hey, Emma. What are you doing this weekend?
I'm going to an art exhibition. I'm really into painting.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you were into art.
Yeah, I've been into it for years. What about you? What are you into?
I'm more into sports. I play soccer every weekend.
That's great. Even though we're into different things, we both have hobbies we enjoy.
That was a great example, Eric. It shows how to be into can be used to talk about hobbies and interests.
Yes, and it also shows that people can be into different things but still be friends.
Absolutely. So, Eric, why do you think this word is useful?
I think it's useful because it's a simple way to talk about what we like. It's very common in everyday conversation.
That's true. And it's informal, right?
Yes, it's definitely more informal. We wouldn't use it in formal writing or speeches.
Also, it helps them sound more natural when talking.
Absolutely, Lisa.
Well, I think we've covered to be into pretty well. And now, let's move on to our last word of today. What's the last word, Eric?
Our last word today is let the cat out of the bag.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Let the cat out of the bag.
This is an interesting idiom in English.
That's right, Lisa. Let the cat out of the bag means to reveal a secret or surprise by accident. For example, John let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party for Sarah.
It means that John accidentally told someone about the surprise party for Sarah.
Good explanation. Can you give us another example, Lisa, now?
Sure. Here's another example. The company tried to keep the new product secret, but an employee let the cat out of the bag during an interview. It means that the employee accidentally gave information about the new product that the company wanted to keep a secret.
Exactly. Now, let's hear a short dialogue saying, let the cat out of the bag.
Anna, I have a secret to tell you, but you can't let the cat out of the bag.
Don't worry. I'm good at keeping secrets.
Okay? I'm planning a surprise vacation for my parents.
That's wonderful. I won't let the cat out of the bag.
Thanks. Last year, my sister let the cat out of the bag about their anniversary party.
Oh no! Well, your secret is safe with me.
In the dialogue, it shows how this phrase is used to talk about keeping and revealing secrets.
Yes, and it also shows that letting the cat out of the bag is usually not a good thing.
Absolutely. So, Eric, is let the cat out of the bag a formal or informal phrase?
It's definitely informal. You wouldn't use it in professional or formal writing. It's also fairly common, especially in casual conversations. People often use it when talking about secrets or surprises. Also, it's useful because it's a colorful way to talk about secrets. It can help learners understand native speakers better and sound more natural.
That makes sense. Well, I think that's it for today's episode of Simply Explained English. We hope our listeners found it helpful.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to study today's words. You're doing great.
See you next time.
Bye.